For my mystery novel, I chose Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell. The hook of this book was Ellie Mack was the golden girl, the perfect daughter, until she vanished without a trace. The main characters of this book, Laurel Mack is Ellie's mom who is still struggling even a decade after her daughter's disappearance. Ellie Mack is her daughter she's young, she's popular, she's smart, and she suddenly goes missing. Floyd Dunn is a charming writer that Laurel meets in a cafe and eventually falls in love with. Poppy is Floyd's young daughter who uncannily resembles Ellie. The rise of the plot. Ellie leaves to go to the library one day when suddenly she doesn't come home for dinner, which worries Laurel. Police don't have any leads, and their only evidence is the security camera footage outside of the library showing Ellie walking on the street. Laurel and her husband, Paul, Ellie's dad, get a divorce. Her other daughter, Hannah, moves out. Her son, Jake, moves out, leaving Laurel alone in her sinking thoughts. Laurel becomes stuck in the past due to the fact that she has no closure about Ellie. This leads to her sinking into a deep depression. Years later, about 10 years pass with no answers. Police have no leads. No one can figure out anything about Ellie's disappearance. Laurel meets Floyd in a cafe, and on the surface, he seems perfect, almost too perfect, which leaves Laurel obviously questioning a few things. Then Laurel eventually meets Poppy, Floyd's daughter, and she is struck by how much Poppy resembles Ellie. And that floods her head with questions about if Floyd and Ellie and Poppy have anything to do with Ellie's disappearance. Laurel eventually grows closer to Floyd, but starts also noticing strange details with things that Floyd's other daughter has told her and just weird coincidences that she has found. Old memories of Ellie and unanswered questions flood Laurel's mind, and she eventually realizes that Ellie just didn't up and run away one day because her life was too perfect for that. And as Laurel looks deeper into the situation, she finds clues that connect Ellie to people that she never knew were even involved with her disappearance. And the tension builds as she gets closer to learning the truth, but doesn't fully figure out the story until Floyd reveals it to her at the end, which I will not spoil. My personal connection. This book reminded me of the movie Glass Onion because the truth was hidden in plain sight, and once you figured it out, you were like, oh, that makes so much more sense. I resonated with the theme of how families hold on to hope even when situations feel impossible. It just showed how strong a family unit can be. I related to Laurel's determination because she never stops loving and remembering Ellie, no matter what. This book wasn't hard to read because it had really short chapters and it was easy to understand and follow along with. And what kept me on edge when reading this book was how the author switches between characters' point of view. She'll switch from Floyd's to Ellie's, even one chapter, to Laurel's most chapters, and it's really interesting. And she even switches time periods back and forth, 10 years after Ellie's disappearance and right before Ellie's disappearance, which leaves me wanting to know more. And she is very meticulous when she reveals information. Overall, I really, really enjoyed this book, and I would recommend it, honestly, to everyone because I didn't think that I would usually like mystery books, but I really did like this one. But specifically to people who like suspense. It's really good for readers who enjoy plot twists and having the facts revealed to you before the characters know about the facts. And it is a sad, intense book, and it's really hard to put down once you pick it up.